If you travel a lot, you've definitely run into this problem. You've checked out of your hotel, but your flight isn't until later, or you've landed early and your room isn't ready yet. You don't have a place to go, you've got your luggage, and suddenly you're stuck in that awkward in between time with hours to kill. This happens to me all the time while traveling. So, in this video, I'm breaking down exactly what I do when I don't have a hotel room yet, what to do with your luggage, how to ask for early or late check in, and the best places to hang out so you're not just wandering around stressed with your suitcase. Welcome to World Wanderers.
We're Alicia and Will.
Come wander the world with us. First thing, ask about early check in or late checkout. Before you assume you're out of luck, always ask the hotel. If you're arriving early, ask about early check in and do it in more than one way. I like to message the hotel ahead of time and see if they can accommodate me. If this is something they do, I'll have priority over the other people who are just asking the day of. If they say no, I'll ask at the front desk when I arrive. Even if they say no, I'll be super polite and ask if I can leave my number and if they can call or text me if a room becomes available earlier than expected. Sometimes they'll say no at first, and then suddenly a room opens up an hour later. If I'm in the area, I'll check back throughout the day because it's not uncommon for them to forget about you. Same thing on checkout day. Ask about late checkout. I'll often phrase it as, "Hi, I have a super late flight with tons of time to kill. Any chance I can get a late checkout?" Even an hour or two would really help me out. Most times I've found that hotels can accommodate this for free, and if not, some will offer it for a fee. A lot of hotels offer it by the hour, and paying a little can be totally worth it if it means keeping your room, showering, and relaxing instead of killing time with your bags. And if you have status with the hotel, even low level, I make sure to casually throw that in. Like, hey, I also have diamond status with y'all if that helps at all. Sometimes, though, hotels are fully booked and their housekeeping department just isn't flexible. At this point, I'll move on to priority number two: what to do with your luggage. If you don't have a room, luggage is the biggest issue. The easiest option is letting your hotel hold your bags. 99% of hotels I've been to will store your luggage before check in or after checkout, even if they can't extend your stay. I'm almost always going to take advantage of this. The only time this doesn't make sense for me is if the hotel is way out of the way from what I want to do with my time, and it would cost me extra Uber or transit costs in order to drop off my bag or go back to pick it up. If that makes the hotel not an option, there are third party luggage storage services. Some airports offer luggage storage, and I've used these just for the day while I'm exploring on a layover, as well as for a week when I was taking a trip within a trip and didn't want to pay massive baggage fees when I only needed a weekend bag. There are also apps that let you store bags at nearby hotels, shops, or businesses. I've used these in cities where I wanted to explore without dragging bags around, and it can be a lifesaver. I'd recommend the app Radical Storage. It'll show a map of businesses that'll store your items for you. It's normally about $5 to $6 a day, and this comes with insurance as well. It'll show their operating hours and the reviews. But as always, I prefer to keep super valuable items with me and always lock my luggage and have photos of my bag and its contents. After I figured out my luggage situation, my next priority is to use the hotel amenities. Most hotels don't care if you hang out before or after checkout. You can often still use the lobby, the business center, Wi Fi, bathrooms, the pool, the gym, especially at resorts. Beach resorts in particular will often let you keep using chairs, pools, and showers for the rest of the day. We've even stayed at resorts that have specific complimentary rooms that they let you sign up for in half-hour increments to shower and change in. So I always check if this or a gym locker room is available if I want to swim on checkout day. If this isn't available, check the lounges at the airport. A lot of larger airports have lounges you can access through travel credit cards or pay an entrance fee to use that have showers you can use and change in. You could also consider a day pass. If you have a really long gap, even in a place that you're not checking into or out of, this can be a great option. Some hotels offer day use rooms where you can get a room for 4 to 8 hours. This can be perfect if you need a nap or a shower or just a quiet place to rest before a late flight. This is especially great near airports or if you're coming off of a cruise or an overnight flight. Websites like Resort Pass also sell day passes that will let you use their amenities like pools, cabanas, Wi Fi, tons of different things depending on the place. Another option is to plan activities specifically for checkout day. Once your luggage is handled, think about how you want to spend your time. I like to plan activities that are easy and low stress for checkout days. Things like restaurants or cafes with air conditioning and Wi Fi that are large enough that I don't feel bad hogging a table. Or sometimes I'll save a museum to visit, which can be a climate controlled space to just hang out in, and some of them even have lockers that you can store your luggage in. Hop on, hop off bus tours are an easy option for big cities as well. Or I've booked guided tours through Viator, where the company just stores your luggage in their vehicle while you complete the tour. These are perfect because you're occupied, comfortable, and not constantly watching the clock. Depending on the time of year and climate, sometimes I'll just look for outdoor local parks or outdoor spaces. They're free, relaxing, and a nice way to slow down after a busy trip. No matter what you choose to do with your time, though, one thing I recommend doing is to pack a check-out or check-in day bag. I always pack a separate bag with essentials like chargers, medications, sunglasses, sunscreen, a swimsuit, maybe even a change of clothes. That way, if my main luggage is stored, I still have everything I need for the day. My last option would be killing time at the airport. If you're heading to the airport early, airport lounges are a great place to wait. They often have food, drinks, Wi Fi, bathrooms, showers, and sometimes even spa services. We get priority passes, which are lounge passes for free, through our Amex Platinum credit cards, our Chase Sapphire Reserve credit cards, and our Bilt credit cards, which really help us justify their annual fees. It's a relaxing way to spend the day and is cheaper than us blowing money on airport food if you're stuck there. But one really important thing to check when you're doing this is whether your airline opens baggage check-in early. Some airports and airlines won't accept checked bags until a certain number of hours before departure. So don't just assume that you can drop your bag super early and then head straight to the lounge. We've definitely been stuck waiting landside with our checked bags because of this. So if I'm flying a smaller airline, especially, and trying to check bags early, I definitely make sure that there's an earlier flight going out that day to see if agents will be working. That awkward time between checkout and your next flight or hotel is just a normal part of travel. Once you expect it and plan for it, it stops being as stressful and starts feeling more manageable. For me, it's just another travel day. If I know where my bags are going or where I'm hanging out, then I'm not rushing or panicking. Hopefully, these tips help you handle those in between hours a little more smoothly on your next trip. Thanks so much for watching. And if you do something different, please leave a comment because I'm always looking for new ideas. If you found this helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more travel tips and destination guides. Safe travels!